Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givara Hari. Jaya Gopi Vallabha Giridhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Premanande Jayam Vishnupada Paramam Suparirajakara Stotra Shatan Srimad Divine Grace Abhay Charnavinde Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupada Paramam Suparirajakara Stotra Shatan Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10, Chapter 86, Text 49 through 51. So, in this section particularly, today we are going to cover from 49 to 52. Okay, first I'll recite 49th verse. Svatvam siddhi svabhratanya kim deva kurvamehi etadanyatyo klesho yadbhavanakshigoccharan svatvam sandhi svabhrityana kim deva kurvam etadyanyato nirnam klesho yadbhavanakshigoccharan. Please repeat. Svatvam sadhi svabhratanya kim deva kurvamahi etadanyatu nirnim klesho yadbhavan akshigocharan. What word meaning? Swa, he, tvam, you, sadhi, please order, swa, your, bhratyan, servants, na, us, kim, what, deva, O Lord, kurvama, we should do, he, ho, etad, having this, anta, at its end, nirnam, of humans, kleshaham, the troubles, ya, that, bhavan, your good self, akshi, to the eyes, gochara, visible. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: O Lord, you are the Supreme Soul, and we are all your servants. How shall we serve you? My Lord, simply seeing you puts an end to all the troubles of human life. Text 50. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, after hearing Srutadeva speak these words, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who reveals his surrendered devotees' distress, took Srutadeva's hand in his own hand smiling, spoke to him as follows. Purport: Acharya Vishwanatha comments that Lord Krishna took Srutadeva's hand and, smiling as a gesture of a friendship, to tell him, "Yes, you know the truth about me, and I also know all about you. So now I will tell you something special." Text 51. Supreme Lord said, "My dear Brahmana, you should know that these great sages have come here just to bless you. They travel throughout the whole they travel throughout the worlds with me, purifying them the dust of their feet." Purport: Sridhar Swami explains that Lord Krishna thought Shrutadeva had shown too much relevance to him and not enough to sages, and thus he turned the Brahmana's attention to them. 52. One can gradually become purified by seeing, touching, worshipping temple deities, places of pilgrimage, and the holy river. But one can attain the same result immediately simply by receiving the glance of exalted sages. Purport: rather than remaining in a seclusion and concentrating on their own perfection, Vaishnava Brahmanas of the highest order dedicate their lives to share their benediction of the Lord to devotional service. In the words of the son of the king Prachina Barhi, "Dear Lord, your personal associates, your devotees wander all over the world to purify even the holy places of pilgrimage. It is not such an activity pleasing to those who are actually afraid of material existence." And Prahlad Maharaj says, "Prayena deva munaya svamukti kamaha munyam charanti vinyanti cha prahati nishtaham nati krapan vishmukhe klesho nayanyadeta asya sranan brahmatyo anupusyate." My dear Lord Nrsimhadev, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities, towns. They go to Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence, Maunarata. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring back to them to the shelter of your lotus feet. Bhagavatam 7.9.44. Om Agyamantimrandasya Gnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurulmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasarini Nivishesha Shunyavadi Vasajadeshacharini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhayas Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So here we see that couple of verses where sweet exchanges are going between the Lord and his devotees. So Lord is always wanted to serve his devotees, and devotees also wants to always serve the Lord. Lord wants always the big devotees to be glorified, and devotees' job is always want Lord to be glorified. The same context, here we see Shrutadev is offering prayers to the Lord, Supreme Lord, and he pleases the Supreme Lord. At the same time, Supreme Lord says that you know about me, that who I am. I am and I also know about all about you. You know, it's not knowing means just by seeing what dress you wore and how you look like. No, he knows internally, externally very well. Supreme Lord knows. At the same time, this devotee also knows who is standing before me. It is not just the person name called Krishna, but who is Krishna? Why is he Supreme Personality of Godhead? What is he doing? What is his activity? So here we understand that he is a super soul. Lord is super soul. You may be not knowing what is going on in my mind. I may be not knowing what is going on in your mind, or but in Supreme Lord knows what's going on in your heart, what's going on in my heart. Correct. So this is understanding of the Supreme Lord. So we should just not think that okay, I have to do the duty of paying obeisances. I will pay obeisances. I have to, you know, praise the Lord for sake of praising. You will not get benefit. Of course, you get some benefit, but not 100%. But each time when you offer obeisances, when you offer prayers, when you chant, you should have a proper understanding, proper mood, proper what you say, um, your proper philosophic knowledge. Then with that you should do it. See, Krishna consciousness is not in a sentimental or an artificial thing. It is scientific movement. It acts when you apply principles properly. So here, coming to this point, when this devotee praises the Lord simply smiles, seeing at him. You know, he says that just by simply smiles means he can understand what's going on in your mind. And another point is here, just by seeing the Lord, all troublesome of human life put to an end. Yes, which is true. We should go to the Lord and offer prayers. That is first thing. And second thing is that when you offer prayers, what are the prayers that you should offer? What great sages have given. Just like we see that there are so many, Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Kunti Maharani prayers, King Gajendra prayers, and Prithu Maharaj prayers, and there are etc. There are so many devotees. Prahlad Maharaj prayers. First thing that we should offer prayers, what they have told, what they have said. We repeat them. That is one of the. And if you go and tell in front of the Lord, oh Lord, I am going through this trouble, I am facing this trouble, I am undergoing this challenge, I am undergoing that challenge, or I am into this issue, that issue. That means you are underestimating the Lord's potency. How? I'll tell you. When you go, see, when you go in front of the Lord, you tell your problems. That means you are underestimating His problem. That means you are thinking that Lord doesn't know what's happening in your life. Is it Lord not His super soul in everyone's heart? Is it Lord is not knower of everyone, each and every living entity, what's happening? He knows, right? If you go in front of the Lord and tell Him as it is, what is happening, that means you are underestimating His potency. Just like if I come to you and tell your name is so and so, your service is so and you are doing so and so, and that means it's kind of upsetting. It kind of I know my name, I know my service, I know my duty. Why you are reminding? Correct. So that's the reason we should not go and tell the problems to the Lord. Rather than you should tell problems that Lord is there with me. You know, don't go and tell problems to the Lord. Tell problems that Lord is with me. That's how you should tackle. So that is the supremacy. That is the proper understanding of the prayers. That is the proper understanding the who is the supreme Lord. That is a see supreme Lord is a knower of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. No, he is a Sachitananda Vigraha and is Sarva Karana Karanam. He is Parama Krishna. Ishvara means he is controller of everything. Controller of everything means it comes your problems also, my problems also. If you are saying, oh, it is, since Lord having so many things going on, so many leelas he's doing, so many pastimes he's doing, he might not know. Let me go remind him is my problems. That is underestimating. Yes, here what he says, like just by going before the Lord and all the problems of human life put to an end. How come, how it is possible? Like when you go to the Lord, first of thing you forget everything, what's going on in mind. And second thing, Lord, second thing you try to understand the Lord. When somebody understands the Lord, when somebody knows everything about the Lord, He is the cause of all causes, then why to worry of your problems? Why to worry about your miseries? He is the only person who is sending the problems. Then you are addressing Him only. If He is sending the problems to purify you, correct? He is not sending the problems, to go away from devotional service. He is sending the problems to purify you so that you can go to the next level. Just like in the video game, there is a first level, second level, third level. It is not only in the video game; it's in every field. Like in the music, the first level student, second level student, third level student. There is a levels. If you act as a first level student for 30 years, then you are not learning anything. You have to go to the next level. Just like music, you just go to the you just go to teacher and understand what is this instrument, how it should be treated, and how it should kept, how it should be tuned, how it should be used, where it should be used. Those are all the basic things. That is first level. Second level is learning, practicing. That is second level. In a school also, when you go to the school, you just try learn how to write A, B, C, D. Correct. Oh, I like A, B, C, D only. I will say in kindergarten school. I don't want to go. That is not. So similarly, Lord sends the problems of human life, and the devotees especially, to raise their bars, to raise their standard. The more you raise, get closer to the Lord, the more you know be pleased, be happy. That's why Kunti Maharani prays, give me more problems. Why? Because Lord is always closer to them. Of course, we cannot imitate Kunti Maharani because she has experienced that flavor. When you experience that such a flavor, then you can ask more. But if you artificially imitate, you cannot stand that. You cannot stand there. So that is something. So here in the next, coming to the back is purport. So in the next verse, Lord is accepted his prayers and he holds his hands as a friendship, gesture of friendship, and he will say is that I will tell you something, O Sutadev, that you are praising me, I am praising you. There are other great sages here in the room. You should also recognize them. That's an etiquette. Basically, when you are introducing in assembly, when you are addressing some person, before addressing or after addressing, you should address other VIPs also, other members also. That is an etiquette. If you only keep addressing one member, of course he has done a Herculean task, or if he has done an extraordinary task, yes, you can address him more, you can glorify him more, but at the same time you should also address other people who are sat on that dais, who are sitting on the assembly. So similarly, here the context is Sukadeva, this Brahmana, he is glorifying the Lord. He is ignoring the sages. That's why Lord informed them, you're just these sages are just come to bless you. They travel throughout the world with me, purifying their with the dust of their lotus feet. So Sridhar Swami says that he Sukadeva had shown too much relevance, too much respect, not enough to sages. So Lord is correcting there. When Lord corrects, you should understand, you should take it. So in the real context, how do Lord correct us? He will send from the devotee's message. So one gradually purifies seeing, touching the temple worship, temple deities. But these great sages, they can even purify the holy places. People go to holy places for purifying themselves, get rid of the sins. They just, you know, uh, what you call, they just take the bath in Ganges to purify themselves. But these great sages of the Lord, they even purify the Ganges. Just like now in India there is a big gathering of sages, Kumbh Mela, which is happens after every 12 years. All the great sages, all the saintly persons, all yogis, different kinds of yogis, different kinds of meditators, or different kinds of you know cult of spiritual practitioners, they come together and take bath in that place. That's called Kumbh Mela, Prayagraj. There's one yogi who left his hand. He kept it hand left it like this for 9 years continuously without dropping it. He could do it. He says that this is only for the sake of whole world, for sake of cows, cow protection, for sake of dharma, for sake of religious principle. He lifted his hand. He didn't even drop it and kept for 9 years. And he says that this is by my Guru mercy. I have my Guru's mercy. I have doing sadhana. And you can see that this is not faking. You know that when you see that picture, that guy was interviewed, that devotee, that whatever, that sage or yogi was interviewed. You can see his hands, the nails are grown such a long. He's kept his hand like this continuously for 9 years. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj chanted holy name continuously for 9 years. They are doing for sake of benefit for the whole world, not for their purification. They have got purified as soon as they take birth, because they are great sages. They are great devotees of the Lord. They are associates of the Lord in Goloka Vrindavan. So here said one can become gradually purifying just by seeing, touching the deity worship, deity or doing deity worship every day. Gradually, but immediate purification by seeing these great souls, not by serving, just by seeing. Yeah, just by seeing you get purified. How? That only one can understand. This is one nice story. Once there was a you know um, this once there was a child born in the animal species. as a deer. A deer baby was born. So immediately their mother deer is taking care of immediately after it's born. The mother deer was taking care, and at the same time, the Narad Muni was passing by. He just saw Narad Muni, that baby deer, and left body. And next, that same soul took birth in another species, and he just saw that Narad Muni and left body. And next, the same soul traveled in human life, and the king's queen's womb, and just saw Narad Muni and say that I'm leaving. Then Narad Muni was surprised. I went to the animal species. You are the same soul. You saw me and left body. And after that, another animal species. You just saw me and left body. And human species also. You just saw me and left body. Thank you. What's happening? And that soul explains. So, sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kaye. Lava mastra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Just by taking the sages glance, just by seeing them, they are getting, that soul is liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So this is a powerful power of seeing this glances of sages. Just by glancing over you, you'll get liberated. So here there are two things that is mentioned in the purport. One is that Prachina Barhi is saying that the great souls travel all over the world to purify the even holy places. This is very, very true. And such a great soul not afraid of material existence. They are not afraid of material existence. They are not afraid of our modes. Oh, this will. Oh, this is not good. That is not good. Srila Prabhupada was, at the 70s, 60s. He traveled. He did not afraid of his old age. He did not afraid of his, what will happen to my sannyasa vows. He did not afraid of these things. His only intention to deliver the fallen souls. The same mode is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj also saying the same thing. You know, he's saying that they are saintly persons indeed. They are interested in only in their benefit of deliverance. They are not interested in the people in general. That's why they go to the Himalayas, forest to meditate, and they take a big, big vow. They are not interested in others. So Srila Prahlad Maharaj says that I am not like that. I want all the souls to come to your abode, take shelter of your lotus feet. See, Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Dev, okay, now pastime is finished, let's go. Now done, your duty is done. And Prahlad Maharaj says, no, no, I want to deliver all these souls. Dev, they are a big, big MDs. What is MD? Manufacturing defect souls. They are big, big manufacturing defect souls. I don't come them unless they come. I want to be here till they purify. Who will take that such a risk? Tell me. If you are given a ticket of going to some holiday, there's only one ticket. You sacrifice for somebody? No, right? You just go. Correct. But Srila Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Dev, you come back. Let's go back home, back to God. Srila Prahlad Maharaj says, no. I want to deliver these poor fools, rascals, who are without Krishna consciousness suffering in this material world. That's a causeless compassion. That's how, that's how it is there. So we should also be in same preaching mode. That's why Srila Prabhupada has given all kinds of tools, techniques. That's why the book distribution is there. That's why the Harinam is there. That's why preaching is the essence, we say. You know, purity is the force. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. That's why Lord Nityananda took all the trouble to change Jagai Madai. That's why preaching is so much emphasis given so that we should understand. Okay, I know the process. I know what is good for me. I know what is deliver. How do I deliver myself from clutches of this material existence. I know who- where is the best place. I know how to do this. I will do by myself. I don't care about what's happening. That is selfishness. You should try to preach as per your capacity. Don't imitate great souls like Lord Nityananda going to the wine shop, brutal house, preaching there. You cannot go there. You cannot do that because by going there, rather than you influencing them, they will influence you. Rather than you are turning into devotees, and they will turn into non-devotee because there that is so much high. You know, the high elevated devotees can do that. We cannot do that. There was one incident happened in India. One devotee he told that I will preach to the movie stars. Then he said that devotee said that others, no, you don't have to because they are highly into their life. They don't give you time. They don't listen to all these things. Their name, fame is all important to them. Then devotee suggested, but he didn't listen. He tried his best. After some time, he was stopped coming to temple. After some years, suddenly he was he spotted at the bus stop, and the devotee passing by there, he asked him, "Hey, you are such a person. You are that same devotee that you want to preach." He was put down his head. Yeah, yes. How are you? What you are doing? How is your spiritual activity, spiritual sadhana? No, I'm not doing anything. How is your reading or chanting? No, I'm not doing anything. He was shocked. What has happened? Then how is your no? Why are you not coming temple? No, I'm not interested. He was initiated devotee. He was shocked. He was totally stopped everything, and he was just like no, he was just working outside. I mean, like he was working, but at the same time he was not following anything devotional activities. And he said that why you have become like that. See, in the process of preaching, taking as a Yukta Vairagya as a principle, as misusing the Yukta Vairagya principle, he changed. He went there, he associated with them. Rather than giving his association, he took their association and he totally changed. That is the power of Maya, influence. When you should be very, very careful enough when you are dealing with such influencer persons. Influencer persons, he may be very, very influencing because he has command over everything. He can influence your mind, but unless you are very strong, that you cannot be tolerate that influence. He will say, with a big star, he will say, "Oh, I will do this like this." Okay, okay, we can do that. Their associates are also very passionate. They don't do anything, they follow the principles, and in that passion, in the name of preaching, you change yourself, everything. But you should associate with the devotees. When you are not associating with the devotees, gradually your sadhana will be coming to the zero. Your spiritual practice coming to zero. Your what you call spiritual habits coming to zero. Your diet comes to zero. Everything comes to nil. That's why association is very, 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 very important. Okay, there's no harm in preaching. Whatever you do the needful, then after that you should come and associate with devotees. That's where you get nourishment. Otherwise, it is overwhelming, so influencing. Those people are so influencing. For example, if you're going to some some movie star or some sports guy who are very influencer, you are already going means that means you are already influenced by such person. You know, you have very less chance to come back. There is a tug of war. The tug of war, people pull from each side. When you are preaching, that's what it is going on. You are trying to pull your Krishna consciousness side, and they are trying to pull then material world. you know if their power is very strong, your mind is weak, you will go them. So when it's coming so this is the potency of Maya. We should be very careful enough, but it's according to capacity you should preach, and we should not be selfish. Whatever your capacity, if you will understand whether I'm getting influenced by him or he's getting influenced by me. Think of it. Take a break, take a back step and think of it. Okay, he's getting influenced by him, he's accepting what all the things I'm saying, then please preach. If if not, if it is on the other way, then you should please stop it. Okay. So this is the things, these great souls like Srila Prabhupada, you know, he did it so much. That's why we are here. And he spreads his movement with his help of his disciples, sannyasi disciples. That's why we are here, this organization. So I will stop here. Let's see any questions, comment.
And thank you for your class, Prabhuji. I was wondering, you mentioned book distribution.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was wondering if you have any thoughts about the fact that we have, like, back in the day, devotees would go out and stand on the corners and distribute books or go travel distribute books. Now we have internet and computer and the phone, and basically all the books are available at the press of a button.
Mm.
Every person already has the books.
Mm-hmm.
If they just go to Prabhupada Bani
Mm-hmm.
or database, they get all the books free.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you have any thoughts about time, place, and circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a new age right now.
Mm.
If you have any thoughts about how to further the book distribution with the like social media, computer, this type of stuff.
See, preaching in the social media or whatever, preaching in a new innovative way, now preaching time, place, circumstances, they are good. Just like now we are using YouTube to preach, you know, for whatever we need, we have to use that. That just now we are this lecture is broadcasting in YouTube. We are using social media, correct? Like 10, 20 years ago, there was no social media as now. People used to come here and sit in Bhagavatam class. So, how much is affecting, or how much it is influencing you, that we should see. Preaching in the social media, preaching in that. When you are hearing in the YouTube or hearing in the Facebook or Instagram, whatever, especially YouTube, whatever, is it changing your consciousness? Is it changing your heart or not? Just like first social media was created by You know whom? Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya were there not in the battlefield. They were in the somewhere. War is happening somewhere. Sanjaya could see and understand, and he was telling Dhritarashtra. But after hearing whole Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra's mind did not change. Sanjaya's heart was changed. That's why he could able to say Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Purti Dhruva Nitirmatir Mama. When he heard the conversation between these two great souls, of course, one is Supreme Lord and devotee, Sanjaya's heart was transformed. Of course, he was already devotee. What I'm saying, the mood, how you understand that is more important. Just like when you are in hearing in the YouTube, okay, you kept on the class in your laptop or a mobile. You are sleeping, putting legs on your up and sleeping, relaxing. In that mode, if you are hearing, nothing changes unless until it is very powerful. But when you are sitting in this class, like there is some change, there is some influence, correct? You know, person to person different. It depends on person to person. It depends on how the mood is. Where Sanjaya heard the Bhagavad Gita, which is happening somewhere, he heard the live broadcasting. First YouTuber, correct? He heard, but but the mood which he heard, the posture which he sat, and the understanding which he had, it was proper. That's why it could able to change his mind. But at the same time, Dhritarashtra also heard. That thing changed. He was still thinking, my sons will be victory. My sons will get the kingdom. That's why in the first sloka, what did they do? After assembling the battlefield of Kurukshetra, what did they do? Did they fight or did they give up? He knows perfectly that my sons, first of all, they are not religious, they don't follow dharma, and they are going to the battlefield means they are going to die. He knows 100%. But still he is asking in his diplomacy. So that's why how you hear, that is part one. Part two is using the social media, using these, how you use it. It is for your glorification or it is for Lord's glorification. You should not see how many thing likes or comments you got. You know, there is a thing, something that, when you become a YouTube influencer, YouTube will give you a shield that you are 1000 10k followers. Whether you are doing for that or whether you are giving real knowledge to the people in general. That's why when you do something, preach in YouTube or in that matter, Facebook, whatever, you should not see the results. You just, if you are preaching, people are asking you to preach, you preach. But you should be not running after the name, fame, and what the YouTube gives you, shield. No, you should not be as attached to the results of your activity. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachanam ma pala karma hedurgur mate sangostu karmani. You have right to perform your duty, but you are not right to ask the results of your duty. So that's why when you each person, it depends on the each person individually. In general, I'm saying, if you want to use it, but at the same time, don't get caught up in that. No, I will create 1,001k followers, 20k followers, 50k followers, so that I'm become a YouTube influencer or a Facebook influencer. What is your mood? What is your attitude? You want to have a Dhanam Janam Sundari followers? Then go ahead and have it. But the same thing also have negative followers also. Same followers they criticize you. Same followers they appraise you. They may praise you what you do and they may criticize you. In social media, people have gone to the jail. One guy was put into jail for 20 years. He's a YouTube influencer. He's making reels In that process, what happened? He abused a minor girl, and police caught him and put him in bars for 20 years. All his youth is gone in jail. There are so many newses. You can Google it by using YouTube. How many? But I'm just giving a caution. It's not that I'm scaring you. I'm just giving a caution. You should use it with the help of devotees. You should use it so that do the needful. Just we are using half an hour, 1 hour every day, closing it up. Not that we are searching. Okay, how to make more followers? No, that they listen. There are so many. Of course, there are so many YouTube channels where glories of the Lord is being broadcasted. Okay, but hearing from the YouTube is there is much difference from hearing in person. In person is very very effective. In that matter, there is a Zoom also Zoom application where you can also preach there. It will not go to any social media. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for our next question. Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go.